Hello, chemistry class. In this hopefully brief tutorial, we're going to learn how to make a climate graph um, using our data from the mystery cities A, B, and C. I want to do this activity for a couple reasons. A, so you get a feel for how to use a spreadsheet program to graph. Those of you that are going on to college or other mathematics, it'll be super important. And B, just to show you another idea, another aspect of where we would use thermochemistry to help explain the environment that we live in. So it's pretty simple. To get started, you go to your Google account, and we're going to go to the waffle, and we open your drive. And the first thing we're going to do when we open the drive, you'll put it into a calendar or a folder rather that you think is important. Maybe for me, I'm going to put it in chemistry. And I'm going to open up a new one, new sheets. And the first thing I'll do is I will give it a name. So I just go up and click on there, and I'm going to call this climate graph. Oops. Okay, I'll erase what's in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 4 columns, because that's the information that I want to contain in a climate graph. I want to contain the month, the average high temperature, the average low temperature, and the precipitation, the amount of rain or snow that a region gets. So I'm going to put the columns, put the headings of the columns in that first row 1. Okay, there are the headings. So now we just have to populate them with data. So the month, we're going to start with January. And watch this cool trick. I'll put the next one in there. Whoops. Go back. Put the next one in as February. And the spreadsheet will figure out that I want to put, so I'm going to highlight both of those and drag this down, and it will automatically fill in the rest of the months. I'm going to put the rest of example data in here, average high temperature, average low temperature, and precipitation in that next column. Once you've populated all of the data, you're going to highlight it all and insert a chart. You can do that a couple of ways. One way is simply go to Insert and Chart. For this, we're going to go to Charts. We're going to look for Line. And we're going to click this one because we're going to use more bars and lines for our data here. We do have to modify this. For a climate graph, we want the columns or the bars to be our precipitation and the lines to be temperature. So we have to tell the program to plot it those ways. So we're going to go to Customize and scroll down to Axes. So we're going to scroll down to Axes. The series says average high temperature, and it says it's in columns. I don't want it in columns. I want it in a line. So I'm going to change that one here. Go back up here and look at average low temperature. That's already in a line, so that is good. And I'm going to go to precipitation, and I'm going to turn that one into columns. So that's a climate graph. We need to do a couple other things to change, though, because it's using one axis. This goes up to 120, 90, so that's for temperature. That would make sense for temperature, but that's really low. We don't get 90 inches of precipitation. So we need to set up another axis here, and that's simple to do as well. So we're going to go back up here to Axes. Horizontal is months. It's already set that way. Left vertical is, we're going to go ahead and set that as temperature, so that's this one right here. And some degrees Fahrenheit. And we're also going to set up then a right vertical. To set up the right vertical, it's real simple. We'll just go back down to Series. We'll go to Precip, which was set as a column. And for axes, instead of reading these numbers on the left axis, we're going to have it read on the right axis. So we're going to set up another one. There's the right axis. So the last thing we need to do is label these numbers. This was precipitation in inches. So I come up here, to axes, I look for the right vertical, and I label that precipitation in inches. Other things I want to do before I leave, before I finish this one, is I want to label the horizontal axis. That's this one right here. And of course, that's a simple one. That's months. So I would read the temperature charts, the temperature lines with this one, and I would read the precipitation columns with this chart. Last thing I need to do is I have to have a title for the chart, and that might be climate of city A. And you will make 2 other climatograms, 3 in total for city A, B, and C. Hopefully we're going to learn enough basic thermochemistry to determine where in California those cities must have come from.